Hello!
If you begin hearing double, I blame zero.
It's a me, a double. Double zero is still zero. So it could be. Could be me. It's a me!
You definitely, none of you heard Zero's It's a Me twice.
It.
If you did, then you're lying to yourself.
That's just my ventriloquism. I've been practicing. How you doing, Lyra?
I'm doing, I'm ready for at least 40 naps.
Yeah, it's been a busy day for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's also you've missed out. I've been saying I've needed naps since this morning, and the numbers just slowly increased as the days gone on.
You're so funny. You have running gags in your actual life. You're too sophisticated for us.
Too powerful.
Us mortals.
Shout out to my sister's friend, who when I said ready for 6 naps, they responded with, "Oh, I'm ready for 7."
Mood. What is this from? So I follow this guy on Tumblr called the Superheroes Network, and they post what looks like screenshots from like a phone messaging system, like texting, but it's between like fictional characters, usually superheroes. They do both Marvel and DC, sometimes like other property stuff. But this one I don't recognize. I think it might... From the context, it might be Doctor Who? Wait, oh, Suicide Squad, okay. I don't know why I got Doctor Who, but yeah, it's,
Doctor Who's?
Well, they said doctor. I guess they say a doctor. I don't know, Anyway, they were talking about rats.
A doctor, the doctor, what's the difference? Also, I see why you were interested in it.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where it's from. I don't know too much about the Suicide Squad movie franchise.
I see it's a movie. Something DC. something. Yeah.
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 I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, you got accurate information. I know Harley Quinn is one of the main characters, I think. I don't know if Poison Ivy's in it.
Imagine having a movie with Harley Quinn, but not Poison Ivy.
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking, but I don't recall, like, in any, of my memory files of Suicide Squad, clips that I've occasionally stumbled upon on YouTube.
Imagine partaking in suicide clips.
I follow people who talk about, superhero movies, so occasionally they'll talk about Suicide Squad, and clips will assault my eyeball. Though, I guess I will say, though, I do tend to watch a lot of video essays while doing something else, either like drawing or taking care of the rats or cleaning my room. So I may have just not seen clips at all, and I just like imagined I saw clips through like
your 6
hearing
psychic
them.
powers.
Yeah.
You say hearing them, I say your 6 psychic powers, which I think is the correct answer, actually.
My 6th sense is hearing, obviously.
0 senses are touch, taste, smell, hearing, sight, and hearing too.
Hearing again. Happy's here. Happy says hello.
Hello. We're starting.
Happy.
We're starting super late, cause I was helping move. I was helping my sister move out.
Ah.
Oh. Ooh. Zero. I found your new favorite My Little Pony song.
Oh, really? Is it about rats?
No. It's very Applejack.
Ooh. Well, that's just a darn tootin' awesome sound already. I'd partake of that apple song. Robin Mern is here, says hi.
Alright, this is the kind of game where I gotta close the browser.
I will say though, Happy, if you stay here to watch the stream, it is completely on your head how much sleep you get tonight. We take no responsibility. You're a responsible human being. You can make your own decisions on where you spend your time.
The cat is back. Say hi to the cat, everyone. Not that they can hear you. Oh, that was zoomy. Oh, she's back. She zoomed out of the room and hopped back in.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Whenever I think of like trying to make a cat approach, I always think of that clip from Aristocats where where George the butler, I think is his name, he's just, is it George or is it,
Oh no, it
I
doesn't
don't
sound
remember.
French enough.
The butler. No, Edgar. His name is Edgar. How could I forget? Of course. George. Who's George? Is he the lawyer? I think he's the lawyer. He's the old lawyer dude. Edgar, the butler. Edgar. Of course, because he makes the cream and he's like, it's like cream a la Edgar or something. But the way his little like lip goes, yeah, kitty, 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 yeah, kitty, kitty. It's just so funny. I watched that movie way too many times in my adult life because my little sister loved it when she was a youth, and she would just like watch it day after day after day. Like every time we watched a movie, it would just be Aristocats again. Sometimes she would watch it twice a day.
Hold on, we have to focus on a youth.
What? It's accurate. It's an apt description. Javier here says, a cat where?
Oh, you guys missed her. She left again.
Aw. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty. Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Yeah, man, I've been meaning to tell you about that one song all day. Me and my sister.
But you were too busy.
Me and my sister listened to it on the way up there.
Uh-huh. How long was the drive?
About an hour. Somewhere in that range.
That's quite the drive.
Oh, it doesn't feel like it because the drive to help my other sister move back in was like 3.5 hours.
Ouch! Now that's about the What?
I forgot that we finished the campaign last time, so I was like, wait, where's the save?
There is no save.
There is no save because we haven't started the game yet.
These aren't the files you're looking for. He like freaked out.
That's the other cat. Yeah, come here.
Rycon Samuels is here, says, Ayo! It's good to see everyone, despite how late it is. We're gonna have a good night. We're gonna enjoy ourselves tonight. How are you feeling, Lyra? Are you tired?
I'm not tired.
Excellent. Because the night is still young.
Depending on who you ask.
Where's Tails?
I don't know if that's it's. I don't know if it's more cheating that you're asking Tails, or that you're asking someone from who's 3 hours behind you.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Because I didn't say. Because I said which one is more something or other, whatever I said.
Oh, because Tails is probably waking up right now? And, like, starting to, like, get stuff done as she do?
I don't know. She sure isn't here right now.
Well... Happy asks, when do you sleep, Zero? So I've been trying really hard to get to bed by 12:30. Like, that's when I should be going to sleep. Earlier would be good. But... However, due to the lack of effects of melatonin on my system and the increasing lack of control I have of staying off of Twitter, not Twitter, what is it called? TikTok at night, I can be accidentally up quite late. If I can get to sleep by 1:30, I count that as a good night.
Look on the
If
bright
I'm
look on the bright side, Zero. Tonight it's on purpose.
Tonight it's on purpose. Well, most Fridays it's on purpose. But yeah, I think I've gone to bed at like around 3-ish, and I wake up at around 10. I'll usually wake up at 9, or earlier, but I'll like stay in bed until 10. And then I like get breakfast, leave for work at 11, because we're on summer schedule right now, but what's that?
What time did you say you usually get up?
I will wake up between 8 and 9, and like, I'll like have woken up, but I'll usually go back to sleep or just lie in bed until like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is about my stomach no longer hurts, my back no longer hurts, my legs feel like they can probably support my weight vertically. So
Javier says, Zero, are you okay? and Happy says, I try to fall asleep at 12:30, but my crippling TikTok addiction.
See, here's the thing, right? Like, I'll get in bed, but like the thing with melatonin is you have to work for it. You have to like calm down, get yourself off of the social medias and the screens, and like put yourself in the mindset of going to sleep. But here's the thing. I have to do that anyways if I don't take melatonin to go to sleep normally. I don't have insomnia, I just can't get off of things. So like, I thought the melatonin would help with that. I thought like, you take a pill and 30 minutes later you physically like, it like injects the sleepy enzymes or whatever that you're not like producing. But no.
I love me some sleepy enzymes.
No, apparently you have to like just do the things that you would normally do to like naturally produce them. But then if I did that, I wouldn't need the pills. If I actually did that. Oh man.
Man, do I love me some sleepy enzymes.
So yeah.
So is everyone ready for some Heroes of Might and Magic 4?
Happy nailed it. I don't have insomnia, I just don't have self-control. Exactly. But yeah, I'm ready for more magic than might.
I've hit load again. I just can't help myself. I just want to load the campaign we don't have. Or maybe I do. If this works, shield your eyes. Oh, good. I forgot that I did that one.
Well, it's time for this looks Aztec? I don't know.
That was the Tommy pirate one still. I forgot I did that one later since I changed which one I wanted to do from this one in the middle up here to this one in the bottom right down here.
Gotcha.
But now we're doing this one on the top right over here. The Price of Peace.
Price is Right?
Oh, so I'm about to click the voice acting, so I hope you're ready. I'm gonna take your science as a yes.
I don't know when you're actually gonna
of
click
human
like
history,
Oh my lord.
for I have lived
Zero.
through many of the events of the past.
Zero. Zero, why? You started talking exactly when I clicked it.
Yeah, like I think one time you were like, okay, I'm going the voice acting clip is coming up soon, and I was like, okay, I can still talk until you say you're gonna click it, but you like clicked it right then, so I was just like, I don't know.
But this time
Okay,
I was
I'm
like,
ready.
okay, you're being silent. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take that as a yes. So here I go. And then you're like, oh.
Here's the problem. Like, I didn't have the sound on for some reason, even though that would have been my cue to like turn on the sound for the video. So like I was just like really silent and like a lot of silence, and I'm like, I have to say something. I feel rude.
So Zero, are you ready now?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
I am a student of human history, for I have lived through many of the events of the past millennium. Certainly, humans are doomed to repeat their mistakes because they are so short-lived. But no other race has produced as many catalysts for change. That is, a single individual with the will and strength to transform the world. Emilia Nighthaven is such an individual.
Abir says it's 10:30 p.m. and I'm already in bed. Depending on what you consider bed, technically I'm already in bed too.
That certainly was an accent. What was that? Like kind of Middle Eastern, I'd say? Like Agrabah-ish?
That makes
know?
sense considering what the person is.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't want spoilers. We'll see eventually.
We'll see. Okay. Interesting.
This is not the person who was talking.
All right. Okay. So I think we all know where we're going with this
Oh
campaign.
no.
All right.
Zero
Hey,
why?
it's perfect. I reckon it's a perfect accent because they're already talking about reckoning.
Zero, why?
All right. After a reckoning.
I have depression already. I'm never gonna recover from the depression.
Okay, what accent would you say? What voice would you say this character would have? I don't know anything about this.
I don't know. A cool one.
Cool. Are they female or male? Let's start there.
They're a gal.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just go neutral then, before I know anything about them. After the reckoning, the reckoning, life was hard for me in this new land. Oh my goodness, they're talking about a new land, a frontier. Like, this is definitely Western.
Zero, why?
I'm still just a child, and I had no family to watch over me. If not for the kindness of an elderly enchantress, I don't think I would have survived. Shafina? Shafina?
Probably something like that.
Okay. Well. I'm
What's up?
okay. I'm like, I don't know how the kind of
Don't
feels
worry.
on the...
I don't think she hardly mentions her, if at all, after this.
Okay, excellent. This person protected me. It became like a second mother. Then age claimed her, and once again, I was alone.
And that's why she's never brought up again.
I see. Perhaps that is why it was so easy for me to leave. Oh no, she was brought up again.
I meant after this story bit.
Perhaps that's why it was easy for me to leave Seraphina's home.
I can't believe Zero betrayed me like this.
When the barbarians threatened our town, the destruction caused by Kilgore's murderous horde was still too fresh in our memories.
Okay.
So we all packed up our most prized possessions and left. It wasn't until I came to a crossroads and really looked at the lost, hopeless expression on everyone's faces that I realized this was wrong. Why were we abandoning our homes so easily? Was it because we had felt homeless ever since the destruction of Arathia? Or were we simply cowards? I shouted, "Why do we let these thugs rule our lives?" Before I knew it, I had everyone's attention, so I had to say something or I'd look like a complete fool. I already look like a fool. I don't want to look like a complete fool. I'm just like the rest of you. I lost everything to the reckoning. This, I said, waving my arm to encompass the world around us, isn't our home, so why fight for it? My audience looked at each other briefly, wondering what I was talking about. But if we don't fight for it, what do we have? We'll never have a home, will we? We can bend like everyone else, or we can stand up to the chaos and break it before it breaks us. I don't know about the rest of you, but I would like some sense, no, some order back in my life. Tails, what have I missed and why are we a fool already?
Also, hoy Tails. Oh, she dropped the box moves. Just in case.
Oh, it does. I didn't know that.
To be fair, you're not the one with the option to move in. I also didn't know it. So. Well, you didn't miss much. You just missed the first half of that dialogue box, and something about Zero's sleepy enzymes. See, look, we're a mage. It's finally time for some magic. We have basic order magic, basic enchantment.
Look at her sassy pose. Got her legs crossed. She like catwalks like a Disney villainess.
Where are you seeing that? Oh, there. In the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. I like how no matter what, you just have a horse.
Sometimes you just gotta have a horse.
So that like whole... Oh. One of the dwarves throws his satchel on the ground, bends over and pulls out an old dented axe. Likewise, the other refugees draw their weapons from their luggage. You notice a stern look in their eyes, as if they're finally ready to fight. So, where do we begin, little girl? The dwarf leader asks. He asks with his axe.
Yeah, I think this one is earlier than the rest. Because the later ones, I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's hard. It's hard to say. Because Amelia is very clearly very young still. Because everyone refers to her as a little girl.
Oh, okay.
But also.
But then her like portrait is like all sexy.
Hush you.
Portrait as in the thing in the middle. Her picture here actually looks pretty young.
Yeah, the thing in the
So,
middle.
like,
I think this is just a generic sorceress picture. They don't have. I don't think they actually have different art for the dudes here.
That's the page she ripped out of Sorcerer's Weekly. And she like aspires to be that fabulous someday.
Beautiful. Tails says the game understands how good ponies are. Yeah. The other plot-related hero, you'll be able to really see what is the generic stuff for characters, because they very much clash. Basically, the next there's three story heroes, I think. Well, there's actually a lot, but there's like no, there's only three. There's a lot of heroes. Okay, sidetracked. The second one you get, he's a dwarf, and he very clearly does not have dwarf proportions and all the stuff. They use generic stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
You can tell what's a generic thing.
Ouch.
And what's not. But
I got
very easily with him. Oh.
The halflings appear to be a harmless group of refugees, but after your inspiring speech, they step forward to shake your hand. One of them removes what you thought was a belt, but turns out to be a sling. We're tired of running. We just want a home, one that isn't infested with barbarians, the halfling leader says. Yeah, says another, one that won't blow up either. Within seconds, the halflings will all agree to join you.
So we were traveling with at least 33 other people.
At least 33 little men. Tiny.
It's technically not untrue. Also, we have peasants, and it's our only source of gold.
We can sell the peasants for gold?
No, they pay taxes to the country we don't, and cities we don't own.
I'm in over my head. I don't know the first thing about leading an army, even one as small as this. I'm just a glassblower who knows a few magic tricks. When I look at these dwarves and halflings, I can see that their newfound hope is focused on me.
You'd hear that
If I were to tell them...
voice.
I don't have many girl voices, I guess. Like, I didn't really want to lead them. They would simply pack up their weapons and flee. Why would they fight while I look for a safe place to wait the outcome? But can't they see I'm no general? I guess they can't. All they need is a leader. Someone to believe in, even if it's the daughter of a glassblower. So what do I do now? I'll give her like a little kid voice, because he said she's young. I'm imagining now she's not just like a young woman, but she's like a literal like teenager child. So she's like the same, no, like maybe like 10 years old, like child. So she's like the same size as the dwarves and the halflings. They're all just like, oh, you look like a leader. Thanks, I'm actually short for my race. Well, you're pretty tall, so... She could be like 13, so she's like taller.
So we're going for Sword in the Stone, eh?
I never watched that movie, actually. Unless you're talking about like the generic King Arthur kind of thing.
I think I'm going for more of the Disney movie.
Okay. That's one of the Disney movies I've actually never seen. The other being oh.
My favorite
Perhaps
Disney
I
movie.
was.
Oh.
Oh. My favorite Disney movie. Plot. Perhaps I was in shock because I barely remember the battle for this town. Perhaps I was in shock because I barely remember the battle for this town. Once it was over, my senses seemed to return, along with a wave of fear that sent me running for the nearest bush to vomit up the contents of my stomach. Battle is horrible. The angry shouts, the clashing of arms, and everyone intent on killing everyone else. It leaves a tension in the air so thick that you can feel it in your gut. I don't want to do this again, not ever, but I'm not so naive as to believe that the thugs who loot this land will leave me alone either. It will be a long time before any of us can rest. I'm sure she's supposed to be more like, she's probably the same age as some Disney princesses. How old was Ariel? Was like 16?
I think so.
I think. How old was Arthur in the Sword and Stone movie?
I don't know. Honestly, I think about it.
He seems really young.
Yeah. That's why I brought it up as a joke.
Yeah.
And you were like, just like a wee bab. Although even these Disney princesses gives like the range of like 12 to like 19.
True. True, with Snow White I think being like the youngest, right? I think the other Disney movie I haven't seen is the Black Cauldron.
Oh, I don't think that one's actually a Disney movie.
Really? No, it is. I think it is. It's like one of the Disney's like dark black horses, black sheep movies where they don't want you to know about it because it like bombed so badly. Let me see. Black Cauldron.
The Blue Cauldron.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
Huh.
But yeah, it was like really different from what they usually do. Oh, plot. Oh, let's see, who's talking? Okay. Refugees from other towns have been flocking to Longorton for its protection. Although I accept anyone who wants help, I've ordered some of my captains to interrogate everyone about the 3 warlords who plague this region. Even I know that to win a battle, you must first know your enemy. One family came from the territory under the control of the barbarian Gert. They described Gert as brutal and not too bright. Apparently, he storms through villages burning everything, even the grain stores, and then gets furious when there is nothing left to loot. Sometimes he takes that anger out on the peasants. When he gets drunk, which is every night, he claims he is Kilgore's successor and the new barbarian king. Despite his stupidity and drunkenness, Gert is still able to attract numerous troops to his army. That is his strength. Numbers. Well, barbarian king or not, if I don't strike him first, he's bound to march into this land, this area looking for loot. Loot.
Loot.
Is that what we're looking for?
That's what I'm picking up.
Yeah.
I should stop by home.
You have a home?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like headquarters. I will say I do appreciate that the diversity of the heroes that you've been playing as. Like this hero in this campaign is like a little girl who isn't used to war, and they don't ignore it. Like, she like barfs when she first experiences a battle because she's just not used to that kind of stuff, you know? Like, it doesn't make a character weak to like have weaknesses, I guess. Like, I feel like some characters, in order to make them seem like a strong, especially like female characters, like a strong woman or whatever, they have to like be all like manly and like not phased at all by anything. But like, you can have characters who are genuinely afraid and terrified, or like are just like repulsed by gore and like stuff, and still push through and take up like arms and lead and show courage through that.
It's expensive. Oh, plot.
More what? A stocky old dwarf approached me today. At first I thought he was a refugee like all the others, but then I noticed his muscular arms and calloused hands. Even though he wasn't carrying a weapon, I could tell that this man was used to war. What's your name? I asked. Tharj Arc Splinter, the dwarf said. And yours? Amelia. Just Amelia. I thought you might be. They say you're the one that organized this sorry lot, he said. I am, I said. Then you'll want to know about that rogue in Lord's clothing, Lornay. I've been watching him and his troops for a week or so. Lord Lornay is one of the so-called barons who plagued this region. No one believed he was a real lord, but he was still a great threat to my people. My people, she says, talking like a real leader. What did you learn? I asked, trying not to let on that this was the single most important news I've heard in a while. The man guards his realm well, but what gives him his true power is his wealth. His pockets are heavy with gold. Is that all? All that's important. He can do a lot with that gold, and he's willing to spend it too. It's no secret he's got high ambitions. He's not interested in sharing this land with anyone else. The only dwarf I can draw from is Gimli. And my axe. I'm trying to go for like a Tilly, sort of Hermione maybe for the girl. I'm like, but like those characters are both very British, so like it keeps trying to slip into British. But I already did British. The pirates are basically all British. And then you got like Milton and his gang, all British. A little more Cockney. Hale says it always comes back to capitalism. Javier says, the less we talk about the original Little Mermaid story, the better, because it's super dark.
Just means Zero likes it.
Happy says, while Simba was a prince, he was really young. I mean, you're not wrong.
It's true, but you shouldn't say it. Can I even build anything of use anymore? If I wanted to go for Nagas instead of genies, I could.
Happy says they seem like a nice person. Maybe they'll just buy your land. But we aren't selling, are we, Lyra?
Correct. Also, put a pin in that.
What were some movies that you saw as a kid that you thought were Disney movies? Because I definitely thought Quest for Camelot was like Disney, you know?
I don't know. What even is a Disney movie anymore?
Apparently Anastasia is now a Disney movie because they bought Fox.
Better question yet, what even isn't a Disney movie nowadays?
What doesn't Disney own nowadays?
I know the stuff that they don't own, what can be answered with, how much of that is just not yet?
No, what don't they own yet?
Oh look, it's my first danger save of the new campaign.
Wow, already?
Isn't it exhilarating?
The world is much more dangerous when you're a little girl.
Sweet. Don't like that you did that. Don't like that you... Oh, yep. It's time to load that danger save.
You fight like a little girl.
Oh, hello. Can I get that? That seems much more doable. God damn it.
I recently found out, I might have said this last time actually, but I can't remember how often I talk about musicals, but I recently found out that Anastasia has a musical, and kind of want to watch. But I literally haven't even seen Wicked, which is like the quintessential Broadway of Broadways, you know? I recently listened to the soundtrack for Wicked, like all the way through, and I feel like a lot of it is just missing in the soundtrack. Like I feel like a lot of it is spoken and acting and in the set piece and the characters. I want to see. There has to be a slime tutorial of it somewhere.
Forgot to pick up the sword.
Not the sword. That's the thing that makes you king.
I did make the sword and the stone reference earlier.
Yeah. I'm still not used to battle. I hope I never get used to the violence, and I tell myself that I fight for a time when no one will have to die in combat. But despite my distaste for war, I've come to realize that I'll need to organize my forces better before I face someone with real leadership skills. Back in Arathia, I used to organize potion bottles for the alchemist who employed my family. Every bottle had to be categorized by purpose, volume, and color. As I sat down for dinner last night, I wondered if I could use those skills to make my army stronger. I recruit new troops weekly, but they're always the weak line. Due to their inexperience, I've noticed the veterans tend to eat, sleep, and train with other veterans. Meanwhile, the new soldiers are left to their own devices. What we need, I think, is to form units within the larger army. For every 6 or 7 inexperienced soldier, team them up with 1 or 2 veterans. That way, the new ones can learn from the old. I like how she's like, I've been recruiting people, but they suck. Maybe if I give them drugs, they'll perform better.
Hold on.
She's like, I used to do organize potions at the apothecary back home. I can probably mix some kind of thing to have them drink and they'll like.
No, she was saying she used to organize them, and she was saying, I wonder if those organization skills can help here.
Oh,
And
okay.
That's why it led to her being like, here, let me organize the troops so that's the less experienced ones have like a leader, a veteran leader to teach them the ropes.
I thought she was just gonna come back to the fact that she like knew something about potions. Like, okay, so that was that little tidbit. Anyway, I had this idea for the army.
Tails says it's so great to hear Zero voice a character so different from herself. That is to say, someone with no bloodlust.
Oh my goodness. Maybe if I try to make her sound like one of the main 6 ponies. They've got some unique voices. You got Applejack. Can I do it?
I knew this was exactly where it was going.
I mean, you also got the Fluttershy. Maybe I can do like a Fluttershy voice, and then everyone could, like, you know, not hear me on stream. Fluttershy would be too quiet. And then Twilight Sparkle or something. Twilight Sprinkle.
Midnight
Sparkle. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. She's just got a normal, upbeat kind of personality voice, you know, like just a generic, go-getter sort of protagonist voice, which really works for that character. I think, isn't she voiced by Tara Strong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who does, Raven, who's like really different from Twilight because she gets this like sort of low, growly, talk deep in the back of your throat kind of voice. Which is like interesting to think about because like the character still has a range of emotions, but like there are certain voices where I can only do them in like a certain way, and I don't know how to like keep that while doing something else with it, like emote. Voice actors are really cool. Let's see. There's I don't quite remember Pinkie Pie, but I think she's just like really high pitched and she talks really fast and she's really into parties. And obviously, Rarity is just...
Tails says for voices you have Shy, Country, Super Feminine, Shock, Sugar Rush, and Tara Strong.
And Tara Strong. Just your slightly more upbeat Tara Strong. Jock, you just kind of make your voice a little more tough sounding, like you've been sandpapering your throat. Just drink some gravel and you're ready to kick some butt. As Rainbow Dash. I don't know if that's how she actually sounds, actually. We're only like 2 episodes in. But that's how I imagine she would sound. It might actually be closer to Spike. He's also got a little bit of in his voice. As I watched some of the veterans running my new troops through their morning drills, a rugged-looking dwarf approached me. It took me a few moments before I could recall his name. Tharge Oryx Splinter, right? Yes, he said. He studied the troops and nodded. Not a bad idea, having the old troops help the fresh ones. Took you long enough to come up with it, though. Despite myself, I felt insulted by his remark. I'm doing my best here, I said. I've never claimed to be a war leader. True. But like it or not, My voice got stuck in my throat. You are one, little girl. You've been lucky so far, but your own inexperience is gonna get a lot of these men killed, Tharge said. How do I respond to that? It was as if Tharge knew my greatest fear, as if he knew I woke in the dark hours with my night shift. So, what? Oh, wait, what? What's a night shift? Soaked through
it's like
with...
when you work at night. She just soaks the entire night camp and night watch with her sweat. That's how.
Oh my
nervous she is.
goodness. It's magic sweat. Take some of your own advice, little girl, Tharge said. I thought he was going to tell me to step down, and I would have done it too. It would have been a relief to be rid of this responsibility and just be a plain old Amelia again. Get yourself a veteran. Someone who knows something of war to stand by your side. Ask for help, Tharge said. I looked at the dwarf's rough hands and keen eyes, and I said, I need help. Tharge is like the grandpa that like shows up to like help out in our time of need. Maybe I should give him a better voice. It sounds like he's gonna be around for a while. I thought he was just gonna be like here and gone, so I gave him like a generic voice, but I can't keep that going for very long. I can't get deep enough, you know? He can be the southerner.
No.
Let's see. Tail says the world is much more dangerous when you're a little girl. An evergreen magical girl mood. Is Tail saying she's a evergreen magical girl? Oh, magical girl, as in like the anime genre. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. When you knock on the door of this humble dwelling, you expected to get some directions from whoever lived within. But when the door swings open, you find a large naga on the other side. Don't worry, she says. I'm not going to hurt you. Thanks. I was just hoping to learn a few things about the surrounding area. That's easy enough. I noticed your little army, though. If you help me with a little problem, I might be able to return the favor. How would you like to add 8 of my sisters to your forces? Oh, I would. What do you need me to do? You say, excitedly? You've heard of the immense power of the Naga. A few of their kind would be a great addition to your army. I usually sell my weavings at a trading post near here, but some Medusas block the way now. If you clear the road for me, I'll convince my sisters to join you. Consider it done, you say?
Oh look, I didn't already beat up the Medusas.
You actually have to go do it.
I don't like any of what's going on here. Take this.
Javier?
Take this. Take this. Ooh, that was much. Oh no!
Javier says, yeah, this MC is a true Nuzlocke protagonist. Tail says, it's so good to hear Zero voice a character that... Oh, you saw that one. It's only a matter of time before the character becomes the VA. Happy says, but your Fluttershy is great. Oh, they could hear it. I wasn't sure if it was picking up, you know? Tail says... Oh, you saw that one. Javier says, great deal. What? Amelia has become battle mage. Oh, she looks like Barbie. She looks like, oh, you know what she looks like? She looks like, what's her name? The girl from Swan Princess, Swan Lake? Swan Princess? It started with a D.
It's I think it's
No?
Odette.
Odette? Oh, it had a D in it, I guess. Oh, Derek is the other character. That's what I was thinking.
Although the Swan Princess I saw, well, actually I saw multiple, but one of the ones I saw was the Barbie Swan Princess. So you're like, oh, it's like the person from Swan Princess. And I was like, you mean Barbie?
You mean Barbie? That's the voice that this character actually needs. It's, hi, I'm Barbie. You ready to go to war? All right, let's get our weapons ready. I don't know what Barbie sounds like.
She sounds like a female.
When you offer to show the Naga the heads of the Medusa you killed, she holds a few of her hands before her face and says, "Of course not. Why would I want to see a gruesome thing? I'll trust that you killed them. Do you want my sisters to join your crew now?" Why would you hold up a Medusa's head to anyone? That's like it's still volatile. It can still turn you to stone.
It's fine. Okay. I don't like any of what's happening here.
Hi, guys. Javier says Grey Dial is better than Tara Strong. Fight me. I don't know who that is actually.
I don't think I ever heard that. 'Cause I was gonna say that I had no clue who that was either.
Yeah, let me see. Like Grey Dial. He was, Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents. Sam in Danny Phantom. Oh, she was number 4. Wait, not. Okay, I don't recognize these characters, but she was in Code Name Kids Next Door, I guess, as like side characters. She was the spirit mushroom from Legend of Korra. Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now that's an evil voice. You probably know my brother. No? Well, maybe this'll ring a bell. I must capture the Avatar to restore my honor.
What do I need for this? A castle.
Castle.
Just a whole castle.
Happy said, sandpapering your throat, drinking gravel, do not approve. Today I received a threat from the third robber baron in this region. His name is Jawbreaker, an orc with a taste for murder. I had better manners than to read the brief, crude note aloud, so I gave it to my new second-in-command, Tarj, for his opinion. I've heard of this Locklot in the years before the Reckoning. He deserted Kilgore's army before failing to defeat Queen Catherine in battle. He turned up later.
After failing.
Queen Catherine. After failing to defeat.
Yeah, you said before. It says after.
Oh, okay. Oops. He turned up later as a bandit in Arathia. He likes to attack people when they're weak. I added, I've heard from some of the refugees that he wins his battles thanks to behemoths. No one can stand up to them. Yeah, if you ever make the mistake of being in a behemoth's line of sight, you're already dead.
So that
Is that true, Lyra?
Well, they are pretty nasty, but you can handle them. Although it's funny, they've mentioned this Kilgore guy a few times, and he has a campaign, and there's a campaign where he's the main character in Heroes 3.
What?
And I think the very first one, he just goes to beat up some behemoths. So like the fact that these guys are like, if you even see one, you're dead, and they're talking about this guy who like actively went off to like kill them for the challenge. Speaks
Maybe so like I assume we're not going to fight Kilgore then, because it seemed like he was being set up as like sort of a.
Nah, I think he's one of the people that died in the last one, kind of like Queen Catherine. She's brought up a bunch, but she was the old queen that died the old world.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I believe Kilgore's like Queen Catherine is like the old queen of the like. It's not really humans because they're all humans, but like the. It's so much easier in Heroes 5 where the factions are just split up by race. And this one's like, I don't know, but you know, the first group of people, she was the leader of who they came from, and Kilgore is basically the leader of who the barbarian class was in the old world.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't build anything yet. One day I'll be able to construct.
Hailzim says, in fairness, Rainbow and AJ's voices feel like they changed quite a bit after the first few episodes. AJ especially is a lot higher pitched at the start. I love that it's a good call to ask him for help as well as a solid comeback. I like how like coy he plays it. It's like, here's some advice, kid. Here's some more advice, kid. You know, you should really ask some seasoned old, you know, advice-filled person to help you out. You know, that would be really good. I'd take that advice, I think. You know, not that I'm, you know, doing anything right now. If you happen to feel the need.
Ooh, archery.
Ooh.
I love archery.
It's fun.
That means she doesn't have to use magic every second.
I was upset I didn't get to do archery in high school.
Oh, I can build a wait. I don't want to build a castle yet. I want to let our gold build. Because it's a few turns away from the end of the week. And we have this building. Oh. Oh, it does it every day. Okay.
Ah!
So I don't need to save it.
Wunderbar.
Castle's built.
Nice. Hale says also, speaking of main 6 voices, aren't Rainbow Dash and AJ, and Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy done by the same 2 voice actors?
Possibly? Aren't you done by the same 2 voice actors?
I am, in fact, voiced by the same 2 voice actors.
You're correct. It does only take 2 people to voice me.
says she was way blonder on that sprite than on that portrait. Yeah. Yeah. Happy says, I'm laughing so hard right now. OMG, make her Barbie. Tail says 0. She looks like Barbie and that girl from Swan Lake, Lyra. So like Barbie and AU Barbie. Tail says she was Mandy from Grim Adventures. Grim is a fun voice. Maybe Taj could be Grim from Grim Adventures. I can't do a Jamaican accent the whole time though. Do you ever do something that's a pain, but it's better for you in the long run, but it's irritating, so you're just grumpy at your past self? Anyway, I logged myself out of Twitter on my desktop. Now it's better for me, but yeah. It'll be okay, Tails.
Woo! Man, those 8 Nagas we got were very helpful.
You lost like everyone.
Yeah, so as I said, very helpful.
No, all your dwarves and your halflings.
On the bright side, that was one of the plot-related slaughters.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I still haven't come up with a voice for the Torch dude. For the first time, I felt good about conquering my opponent. Oh, Tails, she's starting to develop the bloodlust. Here it comes. For the first time, I felt a bit of bloodlust. I've heard the stories of how Tajik Jawbreaker treats his prisoners. Even now, they make me wince. How could anyone, even an orc, be so cruel? At least he's not out there anymore. I've given this warlord more of a chance than he would have given me. More than he even deserves. Instead of hanging him from the nearest tree, I've ordered him locked up until he starves to death. I mean, until we can give him a trial. Although I can't imagine he will be found innocent of his crimes. And then we'll hang him from a tree. Tarj, on the other hand, thinks it's all a waste of time. We could parade half this region before judge with stories of that orc's guilt, Tarj told me. What's the point? The point is justice and order. And order and justice and a peace of mind and peace and order. And a little justice. I've come to realize something as we face these robber barons, I said. What's that? The reason they came to power in the first place was because of our own state of chaos. Every town had its own rules, its own rulers. We were splintered, and thus we were weak. When this is all over, if we want to survive, we're going to have to establish some kind of order, I said. You mean a kingdom, right? Tarj said. Perhaps. Although, I'd hope for something better than the kingdoms that existed in the old world. Maybe we could establish like a president. Yeah, I could be a president, and then we'd like vote for them every other year or so. Oh, that's a lofty plan for a glass blower's apprentice. Tarj teased. Oh, I don't plan on leading any kingdoms. That would be ridiculous. No, I'll help everyone get there. But I'm sure there's someone out there more qualified than me. Somewhere out there. Tarj walked away, mumbling. Don't count on it. Wait, come back. I was just about to sing a musical number. Tarj started to walk faster.
Oh, look at that. Equestrian gloves.
Oh,
So, I'd like to... Oh, no, we don't have the castle yet. Can we take it? Or do we have to run?
Let's go.
Danger. Also, I'd like to note, your Amelia voice sounds moderately like... I should have taken this. Moderately like Derpy from the audio series I'm listening to.
Oh. Derpy gets a voice?
No, it's a fan series.
Okay.
Although also, yes, she does get a voice, but like a few voices. Because she's a background character, so she doesn't have like an official voice.
Yeah. Derpy was like a fan creation? Or was it just like a mess, like an animation
It was an animation,
mistake?
but we've actually seen it already. It's in like episode 1 or 2.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's in episode 1.
I assume they just like flipped the eye by accident and like people noticed it and made it into like a character, like a fan character.
Precisely.
That's fun.
And that fan character is basically the main character of episode 100.
What? That's excellent. I love when like little fandom things get like promoted like that.
Oh wait, hold on. Right here.
Hunter. Oh, that's another voice I can do. Ice King.
I don't think I want to do that for Tarj though. That he's kind of not the mentor type figure.
I could do a more wizened sort of mentor, like maybe an Obi-Wan, but
I don't think that fits the dwarf, you know.
Taylor says episode 100 is a lot. It's great.
Ah. She got a voice. There was a whole controversy and everything.
Well,
Javier says, huh?
Although technically the controversy is more about the name of the voice.
Oh. Why people didn't like Derp?
Yeah.
That's not like a slur or anything.
It was odd.
Javier's like, enemies. She's punching me kidneys, man. Also, I called the incoming bloodlust. Tail says also, yeah. Flutters and Pinky were Andrea Libman. And Ashley Ball is RD and AJ. Well, that would be ridiculous. Unless.
Will it be ridiculous?
I don't know. That was from a while ago, I think. Before we were like talking about the derpy thing. Javier says,
you can use a SpongeBob voice.
I am SpongeBob voice.
You are.
No, you. Oh yeah. That.
Tail says people also thought the voice was mocking, like paired with the name. They thought it was ridiculing people. What's happening? Like are like the people with like drifting eyes like campaigning over here against My Little Pony representation? That's what it's called, right? Like when you have a like, or is it wandering eye? I think it's a wandering eye. Like I've met a person like that before. It's not hard. You just pick an eye that you feel like is more like looking at you and you focus on that one.
Alright, take 2. At medium distance.
You can do it.
Alright, I was smart and put all the fragile people in the back.
You got more dwarves. That's why she was redubbed. I guess it would have been. It can be mean to like have someone look like Loopy and then like also sound like a moron. Like even if it's a cartoon, it's not a good look.
I personally was not a fan of the voice, so I didn't mind that change. Although I was sad about the name change. Or
Yeah,
the-
I don't feel like.
more so the name removal, since she like low-key never got an official name after that.
Hale says her name was changed at that point to Ditzy Doo.
I always found that odd. Derpy sounds too much like we're insulting their intelligence, so let's call them ditzy instead.
Yeah, and a doofus. And like make her related to the Scooby line, along with Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo. Hale says, I guess derpy can be a mocking term for lots of people on the internet, I guess. What? Who out here is so like specifically being targeted by derpy though? Like derp is more like just a I don't know, it's like a certain expression, you know? Like anyone can be derpy if they're just like kind of spacing.
Ooh, okay.
But it's also like cute, you know? It's not like it's like a cute sort of dumb. I don't know. I guess people who get like actually offended by it maybe like have a point. Maybe it's not for me to say from the outside. I don't know how it works. Oh, Tails clarifies, me ruling a kingdom would be ridiculous. Unless.
I'm gonna restart this fight. I feel like I could do that better.
Happy says, the way you say it sounds so ridiculous. Javier says, series at Fan Designs, it's free real estate. Just ask Ruby. Tails is breaking. Tails says, yeah, the voice is a bit odd because the one doing it thought she was a boy, so it was slow and low and odd. Yeah, agreed, Lyra. Like, specifically, derpy can be used against people with learning development disabilities, I believe. Really?
Okay.
I've literally never heard that before, but if it is... Yeah, I always heard it used like a sort of a derp, like I made a oops or my brain just farted derp. You know, that kind of way. Because there are definitely words that we used to use for people with learning disabilities. And I never associated it with that one. In exchange?
In exchange for some of your food, a down on his luck bard tells you a tale about a beautiful woman who was tricked into marrying an evil sorcerer. The sorcerer took all her money and locked her within a tower for years. And finally, the woman crafted the mirror and tried to escape. When the sorcerer tried to send her back to the tower, the mirror reflected the spell and trapped the sorcerer instead. Ah! And this is the mirror of revenge, my good friend, says the bard, handing it to you.
Interesting.
Hmm.
It just bounces spells back.
Yeah, that's cool. Is it so? It's like a mirror shield.
Something like that.
It looks like a horse stirrup.
We can build this, and now we'll never be able to afford anything ever again. Oh, I forgot we got
Obviously,
3,000 gold
no.
return now. Forgot how expensive things are. Zero, I blame you for how expensive things are.
It's true. I'm so fabulous. I drive up the economy. The cost of living is too high.
Too real. Oh, that went well. How much does a genie cost? $5.50? I can make that much.
Tail says, I just realized glancing at these. How long since you made Zero eat beetles, Lyra?
It's been too long. Zero. It's beetle time.
Crunch. I need to like bring apples to the stream, so every time we eat beetles, I like crunch an apple to make that like juicy, crispy beetle noise. Everyone wants to live by Zero, driving up the price of living.
I guess Zero lives in this town. Longorton.
Longorton. Happy says, I'm so fabulous. I drive up the economy Zero.
Well, would you look at that? Wood.
Would you
Wood.
look? Would you?
I like behemoths.
Would they?
Remember those things that if we were in their line of sight, you're already dead?
Mm-hmm. Why did that one take like one hit and was down, and this one's taking like 5 bajillion hits?
Because the one that went down to one hit was hit by either the Titans or the Genies, which hit very, very, very hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the Titans are like the same tier as the Behemoths, and there's two of them.
Gosh.
And each stack only had one Behemoth.
Mm.
And then the Genies are only one below them, and there's 15 of them.
Javier says, Zero, since you're great at both singing and making voices, why don't you make cover songs? It'd be incredible.
Oh, I don't like this. That's way more than I thought there were.
Yeah, I don't like that idea either. What? Your Nagas just died?
They did.
All your Nagas, now they're just snake skin. Oh! What? Why did your Titan just, like, astro project out of its body?
Well, I'm gonna not do this. I'm pretty sure I can win it, but that's a lot of losses to have.
Okay.
That's just a poor
Anyway,
way.
that's very flattering, you guys. But I don't know what it is. There's something about like I really enjoy singing and doing voices, but they're not like good. They're fun, is what it is. They're good in that they're fun, and it's like fun to do them with you guys. But I've like recorded myself before, and it takes me forever to get like a decent track out because it's like there's a quality to my voice, and this is just like this isn't me like putting it down. It's like literally I'm not trained. So like there's a quality to a voice, and I can hear this in like dubbed anime openings sometimes that you find online. Sometimes they just like they feel kind of there's an amateur quality to it because they don't know how to like have the shape the vowels in a certain way or like project their voice properly from their stomach, and you can just hear it, and it's not pleasant for me, so I don't really care to like share that, if that makes sense. If I do end up sharing a cover or something, I either really like how it came out, which would probably be like a folk song of some kind where it can be a little more rustic and not as like refined, or it's like there's like a fun quality to it, like it's either a parody joke or I feel like I've translated a song in a way that I want to share the lyrics for it, or in regards to my Lucky Star dub, I'm doing it in the style of a video that I had seen once before a long time ago that I loved and can no longer find. So I wanted to like, you know, sort of recreate that as best I can. But to just do covers, that's not me. I don't think I would be able to. What song would I even do? Like, there have been some like more folk songs though that I've been trying to learn, just because I love the lyrics for them. But yeah, no, it's like really nice of you guys to say that you'd like to hear. I mean, like, I do like the singing, and you guys saying like, hey, like, I like you to do more. That's very flattering.
Sing for a Siwo.
What was that?
Sing for a Siwo.
On the spot. Oh no. When people put me on the spot to like sing, I always get this image in my head of Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender doing his like little wacky little dance that he does when he's like forced on stage at one time. Or when he's like trying to save Sokka from the saber-toothed moose lion, and he like jumps on the rock and he just like starts like dancing.
Look at all these things it's showing me, most of which I've already been to. It just showed me the portal that I used to get to it.
What?
Oh, hello.
Hale says, it's okay, Zero, you can say the Orin High School Host Club opening. kiss, kiss, fall in love. Oh, that opening actually gave me depression because, like, I watched the show before there was a dub for it, so of course I had to watch it in sub. It was really good, and like, and whatnot, and like it has a really good opening.
Zero watch.
What was that? I watch subs. I do.
Presses X to down.
But then the dub came out, and they actually dubbed the theme song, which is what I wanted while I was watching the show the first time, because I'm like, this song is so catchy. I wish I could sing along. If there was a dub to it, I could like learn the words and sing it. And then the dub came out, and they dubbed the theme song, and it's so bad. Like I can't listen to it through even like one time for the lyrics. It's just too cringy. Tails agrees, says the opening song dub is so bad.
You're too cringy.
Yeah. I am. I'm incredibly cringy. I don't know how you put up with me sometimes.
It's because it's what we love about you. You need to stop getting closer, especially with all that health that you have. I need to ask that you not.
Ruby says, you'd be great at covers. You could play them during your streams. If I could, like, learn songs enough, I could, like, share them on streams. Like, not recording. 'Cause the problem with recording, it happens with not even, like, singing or anything, but even just, like, talking. I've tried to record tutorials before, and I don't know what it is, but, like, if I'm not actually talking to someone, I just... Cause like when you're talking to someone, even if you pause or you like stumble over your words, they've heard what you had to say, so you just keep going, right? And it kind of like gives you the mindset of like charging forward. But like with recording, I know I could always do another take, and like no one's actually listening, so I'm just like constantly restarting, and like it takes forever, and I'm like pausing for like long periods. Like I'll say like one line, and then like there'll be like a 5-second pause while I collect my thoughts to like say the next line perfectly rather than just like getting it through. I finally put an end to Gert's brutality today. This sounds like she's like writing her journal. It's like, dear journal, I finally put an end to Gert's brutality today, defeating him on the battlefield. It wasn't easy though. His troops attacking with such savagery that they nearly broke through my lines and routed my army. Tharge says the barbarian wasn't much of a leader, but he put little or no effort into strategy. Perhaps that's why I won. Ever since I made Targe my second in command, the dwarf has been instructing me on the finer aspects of war. If not for him, I wonder if I would have been able to stand up to Gert's ferocity. Until next time, journal. Dear diary, today I perfected my bloodlust a little more.
Let it be noted that that was not just the town, once again. It's so odd that they keep sitting their dudes, like, right outside the town. You're still alive? Sir? Thank you.
Carol says Zero makes her first cover song for TikTok of her favorite sea shanty that she can't get enough of, the Wellerman. Did I tell my Wellerman story on stream? I feel like I have.
I think so?
Javier says, at least it's better than most modern Pokemon opening.
Hey. Most modern Pokemon dub openings. The sub openings are fantastic.
Kiss, kiss, fall in love. Javier says, and we love you, Zero, quirks and all. Aw, shucks, you guys. You guys.
Just so odd.
Happy says, just record a conversation. Cry. Tails says, ah, we're back to Barbie.
Why are we back to Barbie?
Because I was reading that last one, the journal entry,
Oh.
like Barbie. At least that's what I was going for.
Beautiful.
Happy says, you don't have to restart segments because of the guilt of wasting other people's time. Yeah! Tails says, with the recording, I know I can always try again, so I don't finish and we'll restart. My fear of what I'ma do when recording Let's Plays. Write a script. Having a script definitely helps.
That's part of what made...
Uh-huh.
No, that's odd. I was gonna say it was part of what took so long with episode 3, but I actually recorded episode 3 fairly early, despite the fact that people kept walking in on me.
Ah!
Because with the stream, it's just like, you know, Caitlin. So it doesn't really matter. Oh, I was hoping you joined me.
Ah.
Yeah, let's load. But with the recording, I generally don't want. Oh, what's all this? Oh, come on! Since when do they do this? I have depression. I have crippling depression.
I got scared for a sec because I thought we were fighting a Titan.
I have crippling depression I'll never recover from.
Oh no! Lyra! That's not good. Tail said, oh man, the sub openings are so good. The XYZ theme didn't need to go that hard, but it gave us the good food. Javier says, of course, Japanese openings are always amazing. Javi says, oh, have you had any failed openings yet, Lyra? Javier says, Dubs on the other hand, after Hoenn. It's all downhill from there.
Hey. The slim ones are great.
Black and White had a good one.
Had a good one.
They had a good one. I like it. I don't know if I like it or if I've just gotten used to it. But it's listenable. I like it enough.
I hate that. I may have to like load a save because that stack of genies crippled my army right before I was about to fight a really tough castle.
Oof. Ooh, man. Happy says, oh, clarification. Failed intros for your Let's Play. Tail says, nothing beats the Sinnoh dub rap. Tails wants me to tell the Wellerman story. Hope you're ready to hear it again. It's not much of a story though. So like I'm pretty into like folk songs and stuff, and work songs, and I feel like sea shanties kind of fall in that sort of vein. And when I got TikTok, I was like scrolling through, and I would occasionally stumble upon a shanty or two. You got your like the one where she sails on the brow and Hugh Foeman or whatever, and you got the one where they're like the grave digger, and the chemical worker song, and then the Wellerman, of course, like, and I heard all these, and I'm like, it's cool, yeah, nice. Musical TikTok is cool. And then I found out from someone, they're like, oh yeah, like sea shanty TikTok is like a big thing. Like TikTok it's like sea shanties are trending on TikTok. And I'm like, yo, I've seen a couple of those. Of course. Why didn't I think of it? There's like a whole community of people on TikTok right now making sea shanties, dressing up in like RP gear or whatever, and like singing shanties in the woods by themselves. So I'm like, okay. So I go on TikTok for the first time and like punch in and do a search. Like I've never searched on TikTok. I just like scroll. And I do a search for sea shanties. Just like expecting a treasure trove of good food. And all I get is like 500 videos of the Wellerman song in a row. Like it's a good song. It's a good song, but like TikTok videos are like a minute long maybe, and they like or even shorter than that, and they only give you like a chunk of it, and then it's usually the same Wellerman video that's getting stitched, I think is the word. So it's like people just harmonizing with it. So it's not even like different covers of the Wellerman. It's like just the same one over and over and over again with like a slightly more, oh, you won.
Ooh.
You by like the skin of your teeth. You're like the only one left, and you have like 1 HP left. Lyra, that was amazing. I'm like, we're gonna be here for a while, and then you're just like pulled the win at the very last minute. That's amazing.
Ooh, there's a lot of army in here.
Nice.
Hopefully,
You lost all your men, but then you got them all back.
hopefully I can caravan them.
Hale says too close. It's too close for comfort.
In 6 days, we'll have our army back.
7 days. So I didn't understand how voice acting worked as a kid. I thought the guy who voiced Simba as a kid had to then grow up so he could voice him as an adult. And that guy voiced Simba, and that's all he ever does. Like, that's just the voice of Simba.
It's legit to me.
Yeah, it makes sense, I think. I like without knowing any better. So my confusion and horror when someone said that the girl in The Ring was Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, I was like, excuse me? And now every time I think of the, like, you pick up the phone and the girl's like, 7 days, I, like, think it's Lilo on the other side, like, whispering, 7 days.
How do I check caravans again? There we go. Oh, one day.
Javier says, darn it, I have to go to bed.
Oh.
Oh, well, it was fun having you while you could stay, Javier. Thanks for hanging with us for so long.
Hey, it's been super fun.
Super fun. I hope you get some good rest tonight.
I'll probably only be going for about 15 more minutes.
Sounds good. Classic Lyra 2-hour stream. That's twice in a row now.
Hey.
I just noticed the fertility statue has these like little spikes coming out of its head, and it makes it look like a bunny rabbit. And I don't know if those like spikes are just something behind it in the forest that's like happens to make it look like it, or if it always had it. And is it actually like a rabbit? Like, having a rabbit as a fertility goddess would make sense because they reproduce so fast, but like, I don't think I ever saw those like, you know, things.
Oh, that did not go nearly as well as I hoped it would.
Oof.
How? Your hero has to be really good. No, they're not good at all. How did 17 centaurs kill 7 of my mages?
What are those guys that you just killed on that bottom right pillar?
Those are the
They're like sorcerers?
ogre magi.
Ogre magi.
Yeah,
The ogres turn into like sand when you kill them?
yeah, why not?
You got me there.
Do you
I
not turn
am
into
an
sand when you die?
ogre. No, I turn into dust. It's a very different, different thing.
Of course.
A horse?
There we go. Now it is permanently taken care of.
Nice.
Excelente.
Excellent, eh? I just realized I think she's already at maximum experience, so I have no need to do battles even if they are quick combat. Hold on, Green's still around, aren't they?
Cream?
Green.
Oh, green.
Of course Cream the rabbit's still around.
That's the cream I think of too.
Oof.
Oh boy, okay.
A rugged-looking man arrived at the edge of camp this morning, just before sunrise. The perimeter guards brought him to my tent just as I woke. I wrapped a blanket around my shoulders and stepped out into the cold morning air. One of the guards approached and said, he was unarmed, but he had this. The guard handed me a heavy pouch. I opened it to find gold. 1,000 pieces? Oh, 1,000 pieces, the guard pointed out. I looked at the dirty man before me. He didn't seem capable of scraping together two gold pieces, much less this small fortune. I knew even before asking that this man was a messenger. Why are you here? Can I give you my message in private? The man said. No, I don't keep secrets from my army, I said. That's up to you then. The man came slowly to his feet and pointed at the pouch of gold in my hand. That's for you. I am a servant of Lord Lorn, and he wishes to offer you a deal so that our two forces can cease our aggression towards one another. I held the sack out and said, Is this a bribe? Call it what you want, but if we can come to some sort of agreement, my lord will provide you personally with 10 times that amount each year for as long as you live. Now, that's a lot better than risking your wealth and your life on a battle, is it not? I couldn't believe it. Lord Lorn is actually trying to pay me off as if I was a stubborn official, unwilling to break the law. I tossed the gold back at the messenger. Take it back to Lorn and tell him I'm not interested. I'll not make friends with a killer. The messenger must have realized that there was no room for argument. He tossed the gold back and said, You keep it. If I take it back with me, Lord Lorn will think I didn't complete my mission and have me executed. I'll pass on your message. If Lorn didn't think he could buy me, then surely he was going to use his considerable wealth to destroy me. Well, I would be prepared.
So remember the pin from earlier about him trying to buy us out?
Yeah. Yeah. We got a lot of gold from it, though. That's cool.
Depends on your definition of a lot.
That's fair.
That's how much one castle makes in one day.
Oh. But you only have 52,000. That's barely enough to afford a house. Barely enough to afford a down payment on a house.
Well, that's if it's dollars, not gold coins.
True.
I feel like if you had 52,000 gold coins, you might be a little bit more well off than
Well, if you're making 1,000 a day, the inflation of your market of your economy is probably sky high.
well, that's the whole town makes 1,000 a day.
Oh, the whole town. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought when you said castle, it was like a building in the town. I'm not sure what the castle was.
That's just what I'm conditioned into calling the towns.
The whole city.
Yeah.
I've been watching this YouTube channel where this guy like does over analysis videos of each episode of The Last Airbender, and in some of the desert episodes, in the background of the desert town, you can see just this like normal looking dog, and every time it happens he like zooms in on it, and like on the screen you see the words conventional dog. Tail says, man, I sure did get out my laptop to do something. Because you were playing around with stream stuff earlier. How did that go? After a long conversation, what happened?
Something woodcutter. Gives us some wood.
Okay. Tail says, oh, I got it all set up. Awesome. Excellent.
Fantastic.
Did you post the page that you finished, or is that a secret?
Your secret.
Oh my goodness.
Those barbarians tried to fight that titan. It went about as well as the description makes with the... What do you mean the tent is over there? Ah, that's what I need. Hey, there's another one right here.
Right where? To try all Keymasters' tents. Keymaster?
Yeah, Keymaster, the master of keys.
Oh, Key, we're meant to be. I wanna have your baby. Oh, Key, you're so good to me. Jelly Cube!
Hold on, does she know? Oh, she does. That's... She knows Ice Bolt. That's much better than Magic Fist.
Ooh. Ice Ball. The move where you summon and throw giant ice balls.
Not Ice
As
Ball.
opposed to Magic Fist, where you summon and throw giant fists.
You jest, but that's exactly what Ice... Fist... Magic Fist is.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Okay.
Wow. Well, I don't know what you were planning to do, Tails. Maybe if you close your laptop, you'll like it'll come back to you. You know how like when you walk into a room that you were about to like do something in, but then you kind of like forget as you walk in? Is this new?
Yeah, or probably. I don't remember it.
Ah, okay. The glimmer of metal in the sunlight attracts you to where someone tried to conceal something beneath a boulder. You spend a few minutes digging it out and a few more cleaning away the dirt, but in the end you have your own scale mail of strength. That's cool. You can...
It's the melee and range defense and attack by 10.
Uh-huh. Melee and range.
Yeah.
On the path ahead, two aristocratic men stand prepared to kill each other. You ask what has brought them to this point, learning that this is an argument of a mutual love. Well, who does this fair lady want? You ask. They look at each other, dumbfounded, and lower their swords. One of them gives you his statesman medal for your peaceful solution. And the two men depart to talk to the poor woman. Oh my goodness. What does it do?
It increases your diplomacy skill. by 10%. Oh, diplomacy and charm are different.
I'm assuming it's less like by putting on this metal, you gained diplomacy skills, and it's more like the thing that you did to earn the medal is what increased your skills, and it's just like a sort of a proof of that thing, I suppose.
Oh boy.
Whack.
Just blowing up to my town. I don't appreciate it in the slightest.
Ooh. I like how it looks like the ninja dude was just like, yeah, let's go. And then nobody like backed him up, and he's just like standing out front. Like, ah, shoot. You guys, oh, come on. I thought we planned this. I thought we talked about this. Ah.
And now he's dead.
Yeah.
Honk. Hey.
When are we gonna learn some magic? All we've been doing is like diplomacy or
What?
like army leader. There's like no magic in the story yet.
Oh. You're expecting me in the story?
Yeah.
Oh. I just meant in the...
Cause like she said, she's not much of a sorcerer or whatever. She's just like a glassblower kid, and she like knows a little magic.
Oh no. Can I beat you? You have better move and stuff? You do not. Okay, good.
Cause like the pirate lady could do like really good archery, and then they like mention it in the story, you know?
Oh no, that
She,
was
like-
the coincidence. She doesn't start off with really good archery. I gave it to her.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so apparently that thing that happens when you like walk into a room and you just forget what you were supposed to be doing is like a thing where when you walk through like doorways or like enter new spaces, your brain kind of like shifts into a different space, and then you kind of like leave what you had thought of behind. And that's why we like walk into a place and we're like, wait, what did I come here for? Because
Oh,
you're no
come
longer in the
on.
space where... What was that?
He keeps having dudes run off.
His dudes are running off. That's not very nice. We're trying to kill him. He should be more thoughtful.
It's really hard because like I have to chase down his unit, his armies, as they try to take my towns.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I get back to where I need to go, he's already sent another army down the other path.
Mm. There was this TikTok I saw last night, or was it this morning? It was this morning. This like guy is like, I gotta show you this comic page. And the thing they do on TikTok sometimes is they like have this green screen effect where it's just their head and then they like show something in the background. So it's like his head like covering the screen or whatnot. And in the background you have like a comic page, like just a standard gritty dark DC comic page of Batman against the sky, and then like the word wall is like him saying like, "This is where I watched my parents die, Raphael." And then he moves his head and it's like Raph from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles next to Batman, and then he's just like, "Cowabummer." And I'm so sad I didn't save.
Something in my heart tells me that that's the actual thing from the comic.
No, I think it was. I like that the joke isn't that like they made it up or something. It's like one comic page. It's just I didn't realize, and then he like moves his head like the reveal. And Raph was just there, and the way he like says "Cowabummer." It's like, dude. Because I have heard that there are like some crossovers. So I wasn't like, what? Why are they on this page again? It's just my parents died here.
Oh, bummer, dude.
It cracks me up.
Oops.
So you looking forward to the new My Little Pony movie?
I am. I'm super excited. It's like regular excited, but more.
What are you most excited about from the trailer?
Ponies?
Just all the ponies.
Of course. Oh, well.
You have your own behemoths now.
Thanks, Illuminati.
How the turntables. A Bega. A rutabaga?
There we go. There we go.
Mm.
Okay, so I will admit, I think the Order versus Chaos theming does exist for specifically the first part of this campaign.
You want to explain? This is the worst door I've ever seen.
Isn't
Did
it?
you see it? It wasn't like
Yeah,
attached to
I did.
any.
Oh, that's cool. I forgot that this spell also lets you run. Oh, that's cool.
Huh.
Town Gate also, it doesn't just teleport you. In past and future games, it just lets you teleport, I believe, to the nearest town.
Uh-huh.
When you're like outside a battle, that's like if you're on the field, you can like use it to teleport to the nearest town.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, you can also use it in battle to like retreat and keep your whole army for free.
Hmm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait, can you cast spells outside of battle? I
Yeah.
don't recall you doing.
I don't really do it because there's not really many that I find all that terribly useful. But yeah, you can cast some outside. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Town Gate is one of them. Flight is one of them.
Huh.
Vision is one of them. Yeah, I also feel like the people we are right now is one of the more outside of battle spell heavy ones, so you may see it a little bit more now.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess it's hard to tell sometimes if you're like casting a spell or if you're just checking your spell list.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Kyle says, well, can't say he's not comprehensive. Happy says they just shove a section of the wall down. Not everyone can afford a door. Happy, I saw your status that day. We were like talking about doors. It was really funny.
Also, methinks that's gonna be all for tonight.
Sounds good, Lyra.
We're almost done with this one. There's just one more dude to beat up the guy who tried to buy us out. And I don't know if you... Let me switch back to it real quick. I don't know if you can see up on the corner, but the map is almost completely cleared out already.
Yeah.
So there's not much space to look for him.
Where do you think he is?
I believe he's up here. Ooh, that's not the game window, guys. I believe he's up here in the top right.
Oh, okay. Excellent. We can amass an army and trample his crops.
It'll be exciting. This may be the first time I do stuff off screen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's... Now all it is pull in a bunch of army and assault him.
Ah, okay.
That's really all the stuff, so I may do the pull in all sorts of army, half of that plan off screen.
Sounds good. Then we can jump in with some action and start a new section of the campaign next week.
Yeah, especially since there are apparently 8 scenarios in this campaign.
Whoa! Nice.
So to hopefully keep it from being 7 more streams, let's try to position ourselves the way where we can maybe take out
1 per stream.
a little more than 1 per stream, maybe. Maybe let's try and hopefully maybe at least get one time where we get 2 scenarios in 1 stream.
I think we can do it.
So much yawning. Remember at the start of the stream where I was like, I'm ready for 40 naps?
Yeah.
I think I'm ready for 50 now.
Well, you deserve all 50. You should get you some rest.
Tail says, thank you for the stream. Now everyone gets some freaking sleep. Hello, cat. But
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks everyone for watching. Join me next Friday for some more Heroes of Might and more magic than usual. Join Amelia in her quest to bring some order to this chaotic land.
Mm-hmm.
Join me tomorrow for some more Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke with Tails. And next Thursday, some more yawning. For some more Super Metroid, which may possibly maybe be the finale.
Excellent.
All the more reason not to miss it. Yeah, thanks.
Hope to see you all.
Hope to see you all there. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a fantastic sleep. Looks at
We're all
Tails.
going to sleep, right?
Looks at Tails, right? We're all going to sleep, right, Tails?
Right?
Yeah.
Uh...
And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Ooh.
Oh.